I did everything right. We're live.
We're live. Here we go.
Thanks for coming on my channel, Jenn Lynn. That was very gracious of you. And everyone's saying, when are you going to have her back on?
I love reading with Lori. I think we have the same kind of snarky humor sometimes.
We do. We can both definitely. Well, you put on your boots, and then I can get a little catty sometimes.
I put the petty boots on. They're thigh high now. They're almost waders, like you wear fishing. I wear my boots.
Yeah, you need them, right? For what we're going through.
Absolutely. How's everybody today? You got some moderators in the room?
I think we do. Jules and Becca's there.
Oh, hey, Becca.
And Mr. B's here.
Oh my gosh. Becca, Johnny, and I went live last night. And after we went live for 2 hours, all of a sudden I realized I'm just gibby-gabbing with them. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, why do we do this? We stay up so late gibby-gabbing.
I can't do that because I'm up at 5 a.m. or before. So I just go ahead.
I usually get up a little bit later than that, but man, this morning I was dragging.
Yeah, and then it looks like Johnny went live again solo after you guys got it, but he does that sometimes.
I said at the end of the live stream, I said Johnny will probably be solo or be back on here live in a couple hours, so hang around.
And he sure did it.
Mr. Night Owl.
He is.
And I think Becca's going to try to go live tonight if her energy's up for it.
Oh, good. Or her allergies are better. She seemed better last night.
Yeah, she sounded better.
All right, cool.
I'm a little stuffy today. We've got a high mold count right now because our leaves are already starting to fall here. Wow. And when they drop, they start mulching and molding. So our mold count's really high.
Wow, that's not good. Seems like everybody, if you don't have smoke in the air, then you've got mold or smoke drifting off to the other place, or hurricanes, tropical depressions. There's another one that's going to be named in the Gulf on the west side over by Texas.
Another one coming.
Hopefully. Well, I don't want them to have it either, but hopefully it'll stay on that side. But that isn't good for them either, because we've already had so many in the Gulf. We had Marco, Laura, Sally. There was I think Isaias hit Florida, and then I don't remember even all of the names.
Johnny got out of Panama City just in time. He was showing us some pictures of flooding there. It was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he texted me and I texted him back and I said, boy, your timing was very apropos for you to get out of there. Because he said they were all flooded. They had a lot of pictures of Panama Beach on TV that was flooded.
Yeah. Okay,
so
should we start with my question I had that I didn't get to Sunday night?
Yes, please.
Has Trump given up on winning? Is he focused just on trying to nullify the election, to say that it's got too much fraud and stuff? Has he given up on winning? Does he know he can't win?
That's a good question.
What's his strategy, in other words?
Let's see.
What's his strategy around the election?
What is DJT's strategy around the election?
My loser card just tried to fall out.
Oh my gosh. I wore my favorite butterfly shirt to help bring transformational change to everybody. So it's a little bedazzled, but it's my favorite butterfly.
Y'all check out my community tab later. I posted a really funny meme of where to deposit Trump's votes. There's a great picture to check out later.
He's coming up as the magician.
Trying to manipulate.
Oh, yeah.
I got my Mother Russia card on the bottom. He's
Already?
like, yeah, already. Like,
that's mine too. The Empress card is for you as well.
Yeah, the Empress, and I have to be careful with the King of Cups. I have to feel the energy on it because the King of Cups can be Biden or it can be Putin for me.
Yeah. You go first because I want to hear what you have to say. There's Artie. Artie's ready.
Artie's here because we went live. Here he is. Becca's boyfriend. Yeah, he's got agreements, with someone, and I'm going to say Russia because that's on the bottom, trying to do what he's done in the past. He knows that at the root of this, he knows he's lost. There's heartbreak here, so he's focused on trying to change the outcome. He's trying to secure himself with all his sneaky ways. He will charge in and try to take things to court.
Yeah.
And he's trying to lie like a dog, especially about COVID, the virus, the illness. He's lying a lot about that, saying, that COVID is ending, which we know it's not. He's burdened by his donators now, like he's not getting as much money. Yeah. And, he knows he's going to have to walk away.
Yeah, I definitely, when you held up the Knight of Swords, I got the same thing. It's on its high. So he feels, he does not feel that the people are still with him. He acts like he does, the magician, but he thinks his only strategy is attack. So he does not think he's going to win.
Yeah, I forgot to hold up. I had the Queen of Cups in the past position, or Queen of Swords, sorry. So he's already planned to use the courts. He's already planned it.
Yeah, because I come up with the judgment card. So I agree. He's just going to fight, and take it straight to court.
That's a strategy. He knows he's lost.
It was interesting, though, when I did that layout in the 8th house, came up the moon. And so that's how the person that in that 8th place is how the person we're asking about is seen. And so people are seeing more and more of the deception. So I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah.
Very happy to see that.
So speaking of deception, will Woodward's book Rage damage Trump's chances to win? Is it having an effect? Like those independent voters, those undecided voters, is Woodward's book Rage going to hurt Trump in the election?
Let's look and see.
These are all questions you guys gave us, and thank you so much for giving us questions.
Thank you very much. And thanks for all the moderators. Thanks, Larry Girl. Is T-Barb in there? Jay's here. Jules is here.
Jules is in.
Calculated how many? It's Woodward's books hurting DJT.
Yep. Yep, it sure is.
What's your definitive card there?
Well, I've got people on the bottom. People are sleeping on it. They're taking the information in. They're taking the knowledge in. They're thinking about it. I start out with, there's debate going on about it and what's happening with our government. That sense of nostalgia of wanting things righted. The tower is already on him here, on Trump, and it's all around COVID. This is my card for COVID, the Queen of Pentacles, which, Woodward's book brought out his lack of response. So the support is going to Biden. The cup is offered to Biden, and Biden is victorious. So it is shifting.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that it brought a change of viewpoint to the party, and it ends with people possibly flipping. I don't know how many, but we just asked if it was going to have an effect. So,
yeah. With that 5 of Wands card, which is, the fighting card, to me, that's the undecided voter. That's the people that are like, I don't know which way, I don't know which way.
Yeah. That's good indication. And he's, before he hasn't really played the political side. So more people might, especially older people, like, people our age or older that know him or remember his previous works. So that are Republican, they might be willing to change with this. Yeah.
I think his book Fury last year did a little bit of damage, but this one is just like, oh my God. I mean, it's so relevant because of what's going on with COVID. So it does look like it's impacting. So let's look at DeJoy, the federal judge yesterday ruling that he had to fix everything he broke.
Yeah.
Put the equipment back together, get the U.S. Postal Service back to work. Will he do it before the election?
Thanks, Dottie. Will DeJoy fix it before the election? Will he undo the changes that he made? Will he put them or set them right?
Set them right before the election.
Before the election. Prairie's in the house. Oh, he's been working hard. Oh my God, he did more than what we're aware of.
Well, he dismantled a lot of equipment, so parts were lost. So I can't imagine he can get everything put back to rights. But so he's done more damage than we even know about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he hired people to do it. It's not like he went in there himself, but he really did it. He did it up. They're going to show that he's putting some things back together, but he still has control. What are you getting?
What do I have on the bottom? I think he's going to try to blame COVID for part of it. Thank you, Desiree. I think he's going to try to blame COVID for part of not fixing things here. At the root, I've got Trump. Right in the middle, he's betrayal. He's the emissary for the king. That's the challenge. He had been working on this for a long time, and everything's come to an end. So I see that there's still burden in the postal system.
We both have that. This is the 10 of Wands for both of us. So
there's still some burden there, that things are slowed down, not moving. He's gonna talk about that he's cooperating and he's fixed everything, but I don't feel like it's all done.
I feel like some will be done. And you got the 6 of Wands, and if we put that with the Chariot, he'll at least put some things back. So it's better. We'll feel a little bit better.
I feel like Nancy and the Dems are watching, like what's going on with the election with the ballots, because they're supposed to say, election ballots are first class mail. And I feel like he walks away from something to do with the ballots. So DeJoy might be leaving. I got my pack your bags, you're moving card before the election. I'm going to ask that. Is he going to just bail?
Let's look at that.
Is he going to bail? He's getting in federal trouble with judges now. Is he just going to bail?
What was that last card you held up?
The pack your bags, you're moving. The seven of swords. Yeah, transitioning away.
Six of swords.
Six of swords. Sorry.
7, Sneaky Pete.
Yeah.
Sneaky Pete.
That's my pack your bags, you're moving. You're transitioning away somewhere.
Right. Yeah, whether you like it or not, you're being taken, ferried across the river, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is DeJoy leaving?
I mean, it can be moving to calmer waters, but I felt like, ooh, he may be leaving. Because I had that walking away card too, that 8 of Cups. Is DeJoy going to leave before the election?
Boy, he knew he was put there to create a delay, to have control and to create the delay.
And to lie about what he did.
Yeah.
He might stick there through the election and then go.
Yeah, I think he's trying to appease them and say, okay, I'll help with this or that. But I'm still he's setting his sights on the next phase or the next step. It's almost like he knows where he's going already.
Yeah, he's trying to be the one of authority with the Post Service, and he's sleeping on everything. Yeah, so he's not moving. He's inactive. He's not changing stuff. But he's supporting Trump here, and he's going to be very erratic. He's going to act confused, like I don't know where all the parts are to that equipment. He's sitting. I don't know where all the votes are. Because Pinnacles for me are about votes. I don't know where all the votes are, and he's like moving on from it.
Incredible, really.
I just get like he's doing a little dance with Trump and trying to protect his ground until after the election. So I feel like once Trump's lost, then he's on to something new.
Yep.
Once he can say, I did my part, I couldn't stop people from coming out in droves.
I have a good question.
Yeah.
The FBI or CIA, I want to recheck this. I did it a few, last week or so. Are they currently investigating and building a case to bring charges against DJT? Are they working, or one of those agencies, either one, putting together a case?
Behind the scenes. Because if you listen to Peter Strzok, he had set up for Mueller all those forensic accountants and everything, and we don't know what happened to all that, to that whole committee. So yeah, is anybody in our intelligence or FBI or anyone setting up a case? We still don't know what all's in all the sealed indictments that Mueller had.
Are they building a case? Either one of those groups, CIA or FBI, building a case. Ring the bell on that one.
5-alarm fire. Come on, guys. Have the case built.
What are you getting?
I'm getting a yes.
Me too.
What do I have on the bottom? Yeah, completion, victory, completion, end of the cycle. I'm getting that right smack in the middle, like there's already stuff maybe in the courts that they're ready to charge in. This is incomplete work, walking away from unfinished work. So they've put it on hold. They've had to walk away from it for a while because of sneakiness that's going on with Barr. I feel Barr all over this.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got the plans, and America is going to see a light shown on this. They've got the plans. They've already put the cases together. They're just waiting for the right time. It's like pick your case. There's multiple cases. Pick which one.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Meeny, miny, moe. Like there's multiple ones that are getting ready to go into court.
Yeah, I think our guides and angels are telling us, hey, just because the sword of justice is here, just because we can't see it, everything's backwards on the streamer.
Yeah,
just because we can't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's happening.
I love the blind justice card. It's like it's blocked from your being able to see it, but it's there.
Yeah, and this is a good thing here, except we feel like where is everyone? They already started it, and you're right. I'm getting it will be against Barr and other prosecutors, and his actions, and to keep the faith, stay optimistic. We're working on it. Quit freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. They're saying we've got it. So it's there. And then my end card is the face plant. So
I want to ask you more specific on this. This is how it goes, guys. We always get another question off of a question. Do they have evidence? Have they done any research investigating into the financials? Do they have evidence of any financial wrongdoings with Russia?
Okay. The collusion financials with Russia. Do they have that? Do they feel confident? Do they have it? What do they got?
Or do they still need to do that investigation? Has that not been done? And, Peter Strzok, even though he's out of the FBI now, he was kind of talking in circles a little bit. And I got the feeling he's still talking to some of his guys. I think he knows more than he's saying.
Yeah, and he seems very confident,
I keep calling him Stroke. I think it's Struck. Peter Strzok. I mispronounced his name. But I think he knows a little more than he's saying. Like he knows some people are working behind the scenes.
Yeah, because he's still talking to his friends. I'm sure they can't talk about everything, but.
Well, something's been going on for a long time with that in regards to the financials.
Yeah, they're really working on the lies. They are just really working on who all was involved. And definitely Billy Barr's card is right there.
Oh, I got that blind justice card again. We just can't see it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So yeah, I get yes, they've secured it. Something on the financials. Their challenge is to secure everything of who all was involved. So they're still, I feel like, trying to make the link of who all worked together. But there's a lot of anxiety about it. But here's that blind justice. We've just been blocked from seeing it so far. Secrets coming out here, crowning the reading. Definitely Barr trying to cover up some stuff. But they've got the plans to move into action on this, and it's going to bring a big old tower moment. There's a lot of hidden things that are going to get illuminated. Look at all the illumination, the hermit and the sun. There's a lot
very nice
to come out.
Yeah, and I'm definitely
That's a
getting,
big yes card for me, the Sun card.
yeah, and I'm definitely getting Kushner, and one of the other children here is definitely it's the whole family, but more people, and I think they have a lot. I think they have a lot, but they're still getting more. And I got that other, that real confident card like you do too. They feel secure and confident in what their work is, and I mean, this is a card of I've planted all the seeds and now I have harvest.
Mm-hmm. It's also a card for me about lifestyle, like living a luxurious lifestyle. So it tells me they've looked into the lifestyle too.
Yes. But
how could they afford that lifestyle? When they're filing bankruptcy all the time.
Right. Okay.
So February 2021, is Biden living in the White House?
Yes or no, angels and guides?
It's just another way of asking who's going to win.
It is. I love those questions.
Is Biden living in the White House? What's going on in February 2021 in the White House?
February 2021. Is Joe Biden living in the White House? Is that his home?
Kamala, our VP.
7 of Wands came out, which means it's a steady climb. February 2021.
Ooh, I got the good news card on the bottom.
Oh, good.
Let's see.
I can't wait to hear your answer. What do you got?
I'm trying to figure it all out here. I get like there's a massive onslaught,
Oh, I got that too. Absolutely. Same card.
Big circle of support. I'm getting that blind. It's going to be a card of the day. I'm getting that blind justice card at the root of this again. Like we can't see everything that's been going on. Who is this?
And mine started off really awful. Like we can't quite get there. And it's like, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about this. But then I've got the Knight of Wands, the Ace, and the Magician. So to me, this means yes, but it still takes a little bit. So it's awful at first.
Yeah, because I get he's in the White House as the final outcome, and patience and cooperation that he and healing there, that he's in the White House, but he's a little trapped in there. There's some lies and deception and betrayal going on, and I feel like this is with the loser and his emissary. Like he's firing people up outside the White House, like he's firing protesters up. I get my yes card that he's there, but there's just a lot of crap going on outside the White House, and everybody's going to be watching. So I think Trump. Somebody asked, what will Trump be doing, after Inauguration Day? I think he's going to be firing his base up to like protest and shit.
Yeah. One of the questions was if he loses, will he try to incite a civil war? Do you want to look at that?
Let's look at that, because it looks like he is like trying to incite some protests. That's why it took me a minute. It's like, okay, he's in there. I got the White House card and the Sun card, but there's crap going on.
Okay. Willie tried to incite. Well, DJT tried to incite. You go first. We've got storm. It's Florida. In the afternoon, it's storm. Like every day. It's just a different time every day. So let me turn on the
daily.
light.
What is Trump doing after Inauguration Day? Is he trying to rile his base up?
Big storm clouds. Okay. Will he make a solution?
Yeah, he's definitely, and he's also going to use COVID. That's on the bottom. Like he's going to attack Biden for COVID. You know, Trump, who did nothing for COVID, is going to attack Biden for COVID like right away. And he's got, you know, Russia helping him here. And this is also an abundance of supporters. The challenge is they feel like they're getting the crumbs because they didn't get enough votes to get Trump in the White House. So Trump's trying to move forward on the White House here to create more anxiety because he's the loser. So he's trying to move to higher ground. He's moving people into action. He's trying to stir up an investigation on Biden. So he's going to try to stir up something with an investigation on Biden.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Right.
But he's going to try to stir something up to try to get an investigation going on Biden. There's too much support for Biden, so people aren't having it. But he's going to try to stir something up with that.
Yeah, because
like Hillary, I mean, we heard lock her up for the first year of his presidency.
Well, we're still hearing it.
We're still hearing it.
Yeah, I feel like he is going to try, but then I think he takes off. Most readers are getting, from what I can hear from people that I read for, most are getting that Biden will get in, but there are a few that say he won't. So I'm holding on to Biden's cards have always been a little bit on the delay and crappy and under assault cards for me, but I always get that Kamala will become Mr. Artie.
It's already just laid on my hand. I'm like, okay.
But Kamala will become president, so that means Biden has to get in somehow. Right?
Yes.
Wow, it's pouring outside. Pouring. Okay.
So on that note, will Biden serve a full term?
That's a very good question.
Because I always see Kamala taking over too. I always see female coming in. Will Biden serve a full term?
As president.
As president. Beginning in 2021. I try to get specific when I'm asking questions because otherwise I don't get as specific an answer. It can go a little wonky. Okay, Artie, you have to move because I have to fan my cards out to pull.
I wonder if there's ever been anyone that stepped back and put the vice president in charge, but stayed as then became vice president. Has that ever happened? I don't think so. But has it? Do you know? Like if Biden were to not be able to fulfill all his duties and go to vice president and let Kamala be president?
Yeah, I only know from death, like when a president has died and the VP takes over, other than Nixon when he was impeached and Ford took over.
Go ahead. What have you got?
I get, he's offered the loving cup, like he's offered the position. It's really interesting. I start out with the feminine energy card, the Empress in the middle. The challenge is the patriarchal energy. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So I feel like the feminine energy is what gets Biden in. The challenge is all that old patriarchal energy that's there. There is some confusion around him getting, serving full term. I get the magician, like things could get manipulated a little bit. So if it's manipulated, to me, it might be because he did this so he could get a woman in there. If that makes sense. Like he took the ball and ran with it so that he could step away so a woman could get in, because it was going to be the only way to get a woman in there. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So I see Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Swords coming in, moving in here rather quickly. And I get Biden is isolated. Now I do get my yes card, like that he does serve a whole term, which is interesting because I've never gotten that before on him.
I'm getting the Ace of Cups as the outcome card, but it's a lot of hard stuff before I get to it.
Yeah, I don't. Then it's like he passes off the cup to a woman, to secure for a woman. So maybe he stays for one term and then hands it over to Kamala to run for the re-election.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think we're both getting very similar cards.
Something is a little wonky with it. It's like, because I always get Kamala comes in, so maybe he stays there, but I don't know. But I've always gotten that Biden leaves before his term's over, but maybe he stays the whole 4 years and then hands it off to Kamala. Wow.
What are we asking next?
How will the U.S. be viewed by their allies after Inauguration Day? Our allies that have been out in the cold from us for 4 years, how are they going to look at us after Election Day? England, France, Canada, Germany.
They're going to shoot off fireworks. They'll have their own celebration on Inauguration Day.
We'll have parades.
Yeah, if Inauguration Day stays on course. Some will still have a few hard feelings.
Some repair work to do.
Yes.
I'm getting the same thing. There's still some ruffled feathers.
Yeah, over some financial things that happen. But then I'm getting victory, but they want to make sure that our justice system is okay.
Yeah, I get there's problems and obstacles right on the bottom. There's some fighting, some things that we don't know about. And I feel like it's coming from things that Trump offered up. And it's made them feel stuck and isolated.
Yeah.
But it's sneaky things that Trump did, bullying them.
Wow, those are some terrible cards.
Yeah, it's created anxiety for them. So we have to find a way, to move forward is burdened. So we have to find a way to repair those things. The world is going to be, still going through their own kind of crises. We still have COVID. We still have, election meddling by Russia and other countries. So there's a lot of things still going on in the world. I think it's just going to take some time to heal our relationship with our allies. I would have thought they'd be a little more positive cards.
Yeah, I think that they're happy, but they're wounded. Perhaps some of them have some scrapes.
Yeah, bumps and boo-boos. So that doctor that did the hysterectomies on our immigrants in the ICE detention center, is he going to jail?
Do they even know where he is? I mean, I'm sure they're going to find him, but
he's in Georgia.
Okay.
There were 18 cases in Georgia alone that we know of, and I think that number is going to grow. So are they going to, because the women went under anesthesia for one thing and came out with no uterus, no ovaries, no.
Right.
So is he going to jail?
Jail.
Is he going to get prosecuted?
Is he going to jail?
Because most of these women were still of childbearing years. So they're no longer able to have children.
Boy, there's just so much we don't know. We still just don't know the depth of the deception and dysfunction. It's terrible.
I get a big old yes right smack in the center. This is my card for a surgeon, as well as a lawyer. Like somebody you go under the knife for. I get a big fat yes right in the middle. The challenge is more people are going to be talking because this went on for a while. This was premeditated, and there are people that profited from this. So what I get is not only him, but his circle of support, those that took money and manipulated this. I get, big time justice coming for them. It's unclear how many were affected. I get we're going to get a big surprise on this of how many were affected. I think he'll lose his, kind of like a lawyer loses their bar.
He'll lose his medical license.
He's going to lose his medical license. But I get a big old yes, and have hope. His fortune's getting ready to change. So it's not just him. It's going to be those that also made money off it.
Yeah, I think he's going to really lie at first. It's just going to look really, really bad, and he's just going to lie, cheat, and steal, and he's just done stupid stuff and thought he could pull it off. And then I have the world in the hierophant. So it's a come all the way around, but he's going to lie, cheat, and steal, and everybody else is going to lie to protect him until we get right to that very end.
So are we going to hear about more atrocities that they're doing from these ICE detention centers? Are we going to hear, that was in Georgia. Are we going to hear it across the country, or are there other things they're also doing?
Are we going to hear more about their?
It's basically their eugenics, trying to stop brown people from having babies.
Yeah. Look at the first card I get.
Oh,
And so, that is the separation of people, just the detainment itself, pulling people away from others, heartbreak, tears.
Wow. Here's the detention centers on the bottom that we're asking about. I'm getting that we're going to learn more about deaths that happened.
I have that card too.
People that were abandoned, sneaky things going on. This is going to come up in court cases. People that we were supposed to give asylum to. If they ask for asylum, we're supposed to be charitable. There's going to be big time investigations. And for America, this is going to be a big problem and obstacle. We're going to have a lot of loss of our reputation as a country over this. There's more tangible things that are going to come out, more eruptions that are going to make people just. Yeah, I even get some truths about the jailings. Like there's some abuse going on in the jailings.
Yeah, there's going to be some more people that'll come forward very quickly to say, this happened, this happened, this happened. But when I get 3 aces, that is many places and buildings involved. So this isn't a Georgia thing.
Yeah.
This is several meetings and undertakings that took place in several places.
That's a lot of aces. For me, that's like yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Meetings, beginnings, and talkings and places, yes. Because I have the 3, the 3 and the 4 wands, and the other places. But there'll be some victory to this. This is going to take this. Takes a long time to uncover, and patience and persistence will be needed, but there will be justice for them. Not good. More not goods for the USA. Not goods.
Wow. The other thing that's been coming out about COVID, I know we're going into some dark subjects here, guys, and normally we'll lighten it up just a little bit, but while we're on some dark stuff, the asymptomatic children, they've been discovering in x-rays that kids who showed no symptoms of COVID actually have lung damage on x-rays. And then athletes, they have found have abnormal cardiac MRIs. So what are the long-term or permanent damages, no matter the age, that we're going to see from COVID? What are the long-term medical issues that we're going to see come from this? Can you imagine walking around like, I'm asymptomatic, I don't have it, but I've got lung damage now?
Yeah. I had 2 friends that I'm pretty close to. One I've been reading for 11 years that was in the ICU, for 4 days on a ventilator. And then one of my son's best friends, he and his wife, a firefighter and nurse, got it. And then I have a couple more people that got it, but they're all wondering, and they all had it to different degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So, and some are still lingering. The one that was in ICU that was so physically fit, you would never pick her, never, ever, ever pick her to have a problem. Still has to have intermittent oxygen every once in a while.
Wow.
So what will they find? Wow, that's not good.
I got the surprise card on the bottom.
Which one is that for you?
The same as the good news card.
Oh, okay.
Like it's also something surprising. Well, I start out with things hidden in the heart and circulatory system. Okay. So there's definitely issues in the blood system. There's like not enough blood pumping through, so it's going to affect blood pressure, that kinds of things. I get my lung card. That's my lung card. So definitely long-term damage with the lungs. Here's a surprising thing. This is my spine and back and yes. Spine card, central nervous system. So there's something kind of like, polio attacked like your legs and stuff. There's something that seems to be attacking the spine and central nervous system. I was not expecting to see that. So if it affects the spine and central nervous system, of course, it's going to go up to the brain too. Intestinal tract issues also, but yeah, like something in the back. This is my bad back card. Something in the back that we haven't heard about yet.
Well, your spinal column is in the back, and if there are lots of diseases like syphilis or with shingles,
meningitis.
Yeah, those can all go into the tertiary state and like hang in there, until you're sick from something else, and then it's like there's your surprise, like, oh, where did that come up from? But that's terrible. But one really big thing that's coming up for me is that it just lingers in there. It just isn't going anywhere, and it's got a hold of you. And it saps their energy so bad, like they can't, they just don't feel like themselves again, and it takes them off balance.
It's almost like getting mono, how mono wears you out, but on steroids, like it's really just wipes you out.
Yeah, it looks like it takes a long, long time before you can have achieve that balance and things can heal. That's hopeful cards at the end, but boy, the rest of it is like it just hangs in there. It takes control. You can't expand your chest. It's there's just things we don't know, and we have to have it looked at. You get an inkling something might be wrong, but yeah, it's not good. It isn't good.
Yeah, I do. For those watching, I do health readings a little different from a lot of readers because I program my cards differently for a health reading. So for me, skeletal system is wands, central nervous system is swords, cups I've assigned different organs. So that's why I said, okay, this is my lung card, because it's coming from a puff of smoke. That's my lung card. And then Pentacles have to do with the blood. What's in the blood? Like there's things off balance in the blood due to COVID.
Yeah.
And it's a problem trying to manage it. It's a problem trying to manipulate it and manage it.
Yeah, I had a lot of pentacles with that 10 card spread. A lot of them. Yeah. But it just really takes their balance is just not there so their system is taken off of balance. Things are out of kilter, and it's going to take a while to figure it out. It hangs in there. Not good.
Yeah, if it's affecting young healthy people, can you imagine what it's doing to middle-aged and older people? It's just wiping them out. Wow. So with the vaccine, the CDC, the head of the CDC said that we won't have a vaccine till probably like next August or September, where Trump keeps saying we're going to get one before the election. So I think he's full of crap. B, I wouldn't trust a vaccine from Trump that came out before the election. So I guess I have a two-part thing. Like, is he going to produce a vaccine? And then we had someone ask, when will we have a vaccine that is effective? I always get, we're going to find more medications and drugs that work on treating it before we get a vaccine. So, but when will we, is Trump going to put some kind of weird vaccine out there before the election?
Okay. I've done some readings on that and saw that whatever comes out before the election is not safe. I got a no, don't do that. But I've never gone past that. So like,
it's probably a bleach injection, knowing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's my White House card right on the bottom, creating anxiety.
Yeah.
Their challenge is Trump, wanting to be all smug and look, I've got the cure.
Thank you, Sharon.
There's something sneaky going on with the vaccine. They're actually fighting about whether to release it before the election. I get he's got that circle of support and celebration for releasing it, and he's going to try to say, oh, it's strong, let's get it out there quickly, and then it's like people are having to protect themselves from it. People are going to end up walking away from it because it gets in the blood and spreads, and it's not balanced. There's something off about it. So yeah, it's not good. So yeah, I do think he'll get a vaccine out there, but it's not a good one.
Yeah, I think there is one. There is one coming, but getting other people to take it is just, they're like, no way. And the devil is, it's like there's optimism, but no, this isn't.
It's corrupted. It's a corrupted vaccine. Like Ford back in the 70s rushed a flu vaccine, and people were getting ill from it. And he lost the election over it to Jimmy Carter. So
yes. And then we have the two, there's two scales, and we have both of them with this. So it's like, the pros and cons have not really been weighed out or measured properly. So I feel like and then I got the same, no, it's not.
It's not good. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So let's see if we can get an idea timing wise of when we're going to have an effective vaccine.
That's a really good question. I like that question.
We asked will we have one by next fall?
Okay.
Will we have an effective vaccine? Because I like to put a timeline on it. Will we have an effective
and safe?
Yeah, by effective and safe.
Effective, safe, accepted. By fall of 2021. Thank you, Miss Lisa.
I'm getting a no, and you know why I'm getting a no? I'm getting that there's delays caused by Trump. They've got a lot of problems and obstacles, like that Trump has caused. Like stealing from the funds to fund the research to do it. So I get the patients wait.
Yeah, I've got that. You have the temperance card?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
being mixed quite right.
They're waiting, and they're working on it together with, I feel like, another country and other, that everyone will work together is what I'm getting. And that it's like almost there.
It's close. I get, like they're moving forward with it, but it's not quite there yet. And they're still only giving it to some people. So they're still in testing. Yeah, they're still doing the trial runs. Only certain people are getting it. And they're, that's the strategy. But America in general, and the world, I get blocked from it. They're still working on it. Let's ask it by Christmas of next year.
Okay. Okay. I'm hoping you're right because we both got the temperance card. So maybe by, Sagittarius time, Christmas time.
Yeah. And I have the world card on the bottom, which tells me there will be success and victory, but that looks like a Christmas wreath on it. So I call it a Christmas time card. So
there you go. Yeah. The world card isn't fast. It's not fast.
It's like it takes time to complete all the testing.
Donna says, how can there be delays by T if he won't be there?
If he has cut off funding to do the research now, if he has deliberately tried to slow down any of the pharmaceutical companies, it takes time to catch up.
Will we have a safe, effective vaccine available for everybody in the U.S. by Christmas of 2021?
Normally, it can take up to 2 years to get a vaccine. So,
and they're saying this could be a 2-dose thing.
When they first knew about COVID in winter of 2019, if they had started researching then and putting a leg forward, and if Trump had been honest about how bad it was, we would have had a good 6 months behind us of doing some research on it. So what are you getting, Lori? Are we going to have it by Christmas?
I'm still getting not everyone will have it by Christmas.
I'm getting the same thing. There's still a problem with it.
Oh my God.
There's still a problem with it.
Oh, as much as I'd like to say yes, 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 and just not everybody's all on board.
Yeah, it's unfinished work on the bottom. There's still a problem with it. Getting the balance just right. They're dancing around this. Yeah, that's their plan to try to have it like out there by Christmas. But there's trying to protect people. I think shortly after Christmas they might rush in with something that they secure. But not. I'm not getting by Christmas. Maybe 2 months later, celebration, and then they get it out quickly, like boom, boom, boom. Everybody's got it. Okay. I'm going to say by February 2022.
Okay. And I'm sure there'll be lots of trials where people can sign up, and but we're asking, will it be safe and acceptable and effective and helpful to all of us? Oh my gosh, my lawn man is here. I'm so sorry.
I love that when I get in a personal reading with somebody and all of a sudden right behind me, I'm like, sorry, lawn guy.
Can you hear it?
Faintly, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, hopefully.
I'm sure it's louder there. So let's ask it this way then. Will we have more medications that work on COVID in 2021?
Okay.
Because they keep researching and finding new things.
Okay.
Will they have more effective treatments?
More effective treatments.
Drugs that it responds to, the right mix of drugs.
More effective treatments and the right mix of drugs.
Ooh, I got the satisfaction card with that.
Which one was that?
The Nine of Cups.
Oh, good.
Feeling satisfied, content. Like, okay, they're making some progress. I'm getting, in particular, they're going to secure something that helps the lungs. How it attacks the lungs.
I have the Nine of Pentacles too.
Yeah, they're gonna secure something that, in particular, that how it attacks the lungs. They come up with something new that seems to be effective and blocks the virus. It like bullies the virus. So that's good news.
Yeah, I'm getting, there'll be a couple of choices and we will feel better about it. More treatments, especially for our strength and lungs, like you said, and that the delays for that will be over. So, and I feel that we'll have more of these even by Christmas of this year, because they're making advancements.
Yeah, they're already
trying. Yeah,
sick people transitioning them towards a way of protecting themselves. So they're moving into action pretty soon, and celebrations with that. Learning more about how it affects the structure of our body too.
Yeah.
So that's the positive. So I'm going to say February 2022 before we have a vaccine like readily available to everyone.
Yeah, like where you can go into Walgreens and like your flu shot now.
Yeah, but
you'll have to have a regimen on when you'll need the second one too, or if you'll need the second one.
Yeah,
two-part.
Those medications that are going to help.
Now, where does Illinois has early voting, right?
Yes.
When does yours begin?
Yeah, I gotta Google it and find out. I think it actually starts tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we're one of the earliest states to start it. We're usually, I think, like 8 weeks in front of the election or something when they start it. So if it's not this week, it's probably next week.
Yeah, ours is October, towards the latter part of October.
And we've never, had a problem. Right now we have a Democrat governor, thank God, because we used to have a Republican one. But we've never had a problem with our voting centers. If you go on a weekday, there's never a line. It's like you go in, you vote, and you leave. Like there's never a big crowd because they start it so early. So I'm actually gonna, wear my mask, go in, vote in person.
Oh,
Clean my hands afterwards after touching the machine and stuff, but I'm going to go in person and vote. I'm not going to risk mail-in voting. Yeah,
I'm going in person as well. But we have the same thing, and I've always felt, even though we've got Satan, we have, and then we had Cobra Head before that. So, but we haven't had a problem with the early voting.
Yeah,
it's been pretty good, but it's also been very well staffed.
Yeah.
So, that may be a big issue this time around.
They do have a shortage of the pollsters or whatever that work the polls. So, but as long as I stay away from a Saturday, I can usually just walk in, walk out.
Yeah. So let's ask I think that's a good question. Let's ask if most people will have that opportunity. If they early vote with their mask and their sanitizers, will there be enough pollsters? Pollsters, the people that help out, what do you call them?
I call them pollsters. I think they work the polls. One thing Becca was getting last night was like we were reading on Lindsey Graham doing like Georgia did, doing like Kansas did, where they shut down polling centers and moved them, like shut them down. So making limited access to voting.
Right.
Poll places. So will there be enough in the country in general? Will there be enough polling and places to vote and enough workers?
I don't like my answer.
I don't either. I get like everybody's ready to charge in and vote, right? They're ready to move into action and they're getting turned away. Polling places hidden, like don't know where to go. Treachery going on here.
Yeah, the moon card as well. Yep.
Moving things. So to they're planning to vote and they get delayed, and it is erratic. So it's not in every state, but I do get like there are certain states where they're delayed in voting. Or out and out blocked. It's going to cause fighting and tower moments. So protesters, here's the devil.
Not good.
I just don't understand why Republicans don't want to have free and fair elections in our country, because that's what our Constitution's founded on, right? That everyone gets to vote. Other than they don't want brown people voting. They don't want Democrats voting. They don't want anyone voting.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some very disappointed people and some maneuverings that, last minute maneuverings they're up to some real tricky stuff. I don't like it.
And this has been going on for years. I don't understand why we don't have some federal laws in place about polling places per capita or something. How proximity and not closing them at the last minute, not moving them 10 miles out of town. There should just be some general guidelines, because everyone has the right to vote.
Right.
It's just so obvious that the Republicans don't want anyone to have the right to vote.
Yeah. So I guess the places that have the early voting will do better, in my understanding from what I just saw, because they'll be able to tell there's a problem.
Yeah.
So, but the people the day of can't get the word out as well. So they're better off, if you don't have early voting, perhaps just taking your ballot and dropping it right at your election center. I mean,
if ever there was another national holiday day we need, it's election day. Like, it should be forced. Everything is shut down except for the polls.
Yeah.
Everything.
Right.
And allow people the time off to go vote. It's always been a challenge. If you go after work, on Tuesday night, there's always long lines.
Right. That's not fair. It just isn't fair. And the ability to vote early in one state and not in other states, that isn't fair.
Yeah. I get riled up on voting and taking away our right to vote.
We won't let them do it. There's gonna be problems though. So everyone really needs to just, if you procrastinate, it's not gonna be good news. That's all we can say by what we just saw. If you procrastinate, it isn't gonna be good.
So, let's look at something funny. What do Trump kids think of their dad?
Thank you, Miss Renee.
In particular, Ivanka, Eric, and Don Jr.
What do they think of Papa?
Yeah, they think he's a great president. They think he's a great guy, or do they loathe him? I have to lighten it up for a minute because I was getting ready to preach.
Yeah, we have to lighten it towards the latter part here.
Like Johnny, I can go on a rant.
Becca can too.
Oh yeah,
she can go.
Becca can rant with F-bombs, right, Becca?
With 3x XXX rating. Is she still with us?
She's probably listening. if she's not typing. Like I do that. Like I'll come in, I'll say hi, and then I like kind of drop out of the chat, and then if there's something funny going on, I have to pipe it back in. But I usually lay low when other readers are reading. If Purple Rain, yes, I need my red handkerchief. My prayer handkerchief. You can tell who's been with us a long time. They know the jokes from all our Sunday night reads.
Right?
And all our, well, that started in a Johnny Solo video.
Yeah, that started with all of his phrases and Lena's phrases.
Oh yeah, she's got some really funny ones. So yeah. What do his kids think about him?
What you got? Johnny says that handkerchief will be with you and he forever.
Absolutely. And it's right over here on my coffee table. I could grab it. They think he's backstabbing. He's all about image. Yeah, this is, as Johnny calls it, the false knight. It's all about image. He talks too much. He talks and talks and talks. He makes plans, but he never seems to get them off the ground. So he talks a big talk, makes all these plans, like, oh, I'm going to give you great health care. Have we seen anything from him? No. But they're secure with him. They know he lies all the time, but they're trapped with him. He lives this luxurious lifestyle. He lies all the time, and they're stuck with him. They can't get away from him. He makes them anxious. They're constantly defending themselves from the fool. Yeah.
They don't think he's large and in charge at all, that he's blustery and full of emotion, and he's not in control. He's never been in control. So they don't see him. In fact, he's jealous of like the general or military, like the Mattis and the Kellys. And they know it, and they've been sad. And sometimes they felt like they couldn't approach him. He wasn't approachable. And he's just selfish, absolutely selfish. And that they feel like he's a child. They don't think of him as a
temper tantrums.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not getting my way.
Yeah, they don't see him as the emperor or the loving father and the 10 of cups or nothing like that.
Money and raw emotions, not like love and supporting, nurturing emotions. It's like
yeah.
The lies.
He would make a false offer and then wouldn't follow through, like you said, and he just, it's pretty awful, really. They don't really think, I don't care what they say on camera.
So we already have a new whistleblower this morning, and we were picking up last night. There's going to be more whistleblowers. We have Elizabeth Newman. She was a assistant secretary for Homeland Security. And she works with a group called Repair. I had never heard of Repair, but I found this hysterical. Repair is Republican Alliance for Integrity and Reform. So in other words, they want to reform the Republican Party and get some integrity back.
They want to get some integrity.
They have no integrity.
Integrity.
But she was talking about Olivia Troy, who was the whistleblower that worked for Trump or for Mike Pence. And she's talking about the lack of COVID response. And she sounds very grounded when she talks. But I want to know, are there going to be even more besides her? We've got Olivia and Elizabeth now. Are we going to have even more whistleblowers?
We've always seen it would be the women at the end that just, the queens, the three queens.
So, and I'm going to say before the election, are we going to have more whistleblowers before the election?
Whistleblowers before the election.
if yes, what are they going to whistleblow about?
Okay, so we're asking two questions.
Yeah. So
Right,
will
right.
there be more whistleblowers? And if yes, what are they going to whistleblow about?
I feel like I'm rolling dice. Come on, whistleblowers. Come on.
Come out of the woodwork now.
Come on. It only takes one or two to start, then hopefully everybody.
Ooh, I got strength there. I think there's going to be more whistleblowers, definitely.
My
Yep.
my cat's having a fit because they're out in the back now. So hang on.
Get your kitty.
Come on, Sid. He's like,
Let me in, Mom.
she's in. She's safe. She's safe. Oh my God, she does not like that. She's like, meow.
Yeah.
Help.
I get more secrets coming out from people that have walked away from the administration. You know, they're moving forward and they've got an abundance of information they're going to be sharing. So I get, yes, there's going to be more. And I've got that strength card on the bottom. So that tells me yes.
But there's some that don't want the limelight. They're like, don't shine the light on me. I don't want that. You know, do not shine it on me. They're scared and they know it's a big upset, like it's a huge upset. But they feel like they've got to do it. They've just got to do it. They're scared out of their wits, you know, but they're going to do it. So yes.
And again, that blind justice, like more people we don't know about yet coming out.
Yeah. And even, okay, so then that leads us into, I've got a card leading us into the next question.
Yeah.
Which is about the monies.
Yeah. I'm asking, what else are they going to whistleblow on?
And I think foreign relations too. But what are they going to whistleblow on? Oh, beautiful whistleblowers. Oh, ye beautiful whistleblowers.
The sad part is, you know, they wait to the 9th hour to come out. It's like, why don't you whistleblow while you're in there in that position still? Yeah, why do you wait
Right?
till you leave to whistleblow?
Whoops.
Well, I start with the devil.
All right. I'm getting more about health.
I get the star card on the bottom, which for me is besides healing and hope, it's also a card for me about a network. You know, something that spreads a network. And I get the devil and
Ooh,
Russia.
I've got Russia too.
Yeah, and a new action that they took. So greed and corruption with Russia. And I feel like that's going to have to do with shifting votes. Something about shifting votes around. Something that Trump moved forward on in the world.
Ooh, I've got the Chariot too.
Yeah, something he moved forward on. If it's not Trump, it's some betrayal he moved forward on in the world. Can't get it. He's going to tell on himself. He's going to whistleblow on himself. You know how he does. He's going to tell on himself.
That's always the best.
He's gonna tell on himself, and you know, there's justice on that. And then there's going to be more judgment on the White House and how they clung to the information on our healthcare. on COVID. So there's going to be more whistleblowers on health, to your point.
Okay.
And
Yep.
COVID response.
And I think there's going to be more coming about how the bounties were set on our soldiers. And he knew and didn't, from Russia, knew and didn't do anything about it, that his value system is just shot to hell. Of course, we already know that. But I think that comes out too, that a price was put on their heads by Russia to just have them killed. He just didn't care. So I think that will come out as well.
My Senator Tammy Duckworth here in Illinois tweets every day how many days it's been since Trump has done nothing on the bounty with Russia. She tweets every day, like day 90, day blah, blah, whatever the day number is. She tweets every single day about it.
God, have you ever, I'm sure you have heard her tell her story that, they didn't even she wasn't even tourniquet worthy.
Yeah, they thought she was dead. They were just trying to recover her body.
Cover her, yeah. That made I lost it. Whoa. Yeah.
I think she would be an awesome president one day. I absolutely love her.
Yes. Yeah, she's great. She is really great. All right, let's keep it light. I want to ask, only because my truck is on its ninth life, my poor truck. I want to ask about, the hybrid cars, the electric cars, like the Chevy Volt. And are we getting closer to where, now our own police force just bought 8 of them, not the Volts, but hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
So are those just is that going to be the way? Now, are we switching over are we closer?
We're closer to getting us completely off gasoline.
Yeah, so that we stop emitting so much of the carbon emissions. And
we're going to make them more affordable so people can afford these cars.
Not going to be easy.
I've got there's a constriction on the market for it, and I feel like it's because of COVID. Like people are sick, so they're just kind of staying put where they're at. They can't move forward with any great leaps of technology. They were in the past making great inroads. Mm-hmm. And getting the funding behind it and pushing it, and it all kind of came to an end. So now it's a little unclear how they're going to move forward with all this. Look, they're waiting on a new president in the White House.
Yeah,
they're waiting on some truth and justice, some inspiration, and some support. So they're looking for some government assistance for research and development.
Yeah, they're trying to put it together, but they're just really feeling. Yeah,
they'll get it from Biden. They'll get some help from Biden.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit yet, and there are some people that just don't want to give up the old way either. There's just some that just and can't afford to move into something else. They want to stay with their.
Or they've lost a job. They can't afford a new car.
Right. They might not be able to do that.
Well, should we end with Larry Girl's question?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Larry Girl asked for some angel guidance, and I'm going to use my angel influence of the angels tarot for this. Good. So I'm changing decks, but some angel guidance and spirit guide guidance for how to cope right now going into the elections with all this stuff that comes out on the news nightly.
Okay.
How do we cope?
Whose deck is that?
Influence of the Angels. It's by Jody Boginski Barbesi, I think. I can.
Okay, good. I haven't seen that one before.
I saw the reader Dweller Between the Waters use it, and I fell in love with it. She does very sporadic videos. She doesn't do them very often, but I fell in love with the deck and went online immediately, ordered it. I just love it. The artwork is quite beautiful on it. Lot of angel images on it.
Very nice.
Look how pretty very sweet.
Yeah, that's really nice.
But there's angels on like every card, just about, even if just small in the corner. So I like to use it now for my angel guidance questions. How to cope. Anything else our guides want to tell us? It's funny. I got the 9 of Swords on the bottom, and I'm just drawn to how it looks. Like I'm afeared. I'm afeared. I love it when Lori says that.
So that's an actual angel tarot deck.
Yeah, it's influence of the angels. It just very subtly has angels on every card somewhere.
That's great.
Like the Ace of Wands, there's a little angel flying here. It's just very subtle. Me, I like to work with my angels.
Yes.
Some of them I have to look close to see, like, where's the angel at on it? Like sometimes it's in the artwork behind, like the angels trumpeting and stuff, but beautiful artwork on it. So I'm getting, we're afraid, we get fear-based. That's when you need to move into a new action. This is a time of growth possibilities for us. Wheel of Fortune, everything's getting ready to change. Nothing is certain in this world but change. Change and death. You're gonna death and you're gonna go to the other side. So it's an opportunity for us. This is a growth opportunity. The Ace of Wands. There's it's like a tree sprouting. We have a chance to learn and grow. And they're talking about pick what you focus on. Pick and choose, be a little bit discerning about what you focus on. The 9 of Pentacles, they're reminding us that we're secure, stay grounded, just stay focused, stay grounded. And it's funny, they're bringing up the lies, Page of Swords. They're talking about the lies. It's like, the women are very important right now. The feminine energy is very important right now to break through those lies. There is hope. There's the hope card, the star card. And we are climbing to higher ground. So use your best judgment. Know that we need to protect ourselves and our own energy. So be discerning about what you look to. Do something that inspires you, something inspirational that gets your juices going, and start something new. Try something new. Start a new journey on something. Don't get so focused on politics all the time that's where your energy lives 100% of the time. I mean, that's why, Mondays. I don't do any personal readings. I don't do any, I rarely do political readings on Mondays. It's my, like me and my guitar or me and my garden or whatever. I do something that inspires me and gets me out of it.
Yeah. Those are great. I love those cards and I love that message.
I love you.
I got something similar where, we might not feel very grounded, and there's several of us that may be getting into the chaos of things, So the last thing you want to do is get on social media and be in any kind of conflict, because it's like if you're in conflict or competition, you can't create, and their message is to create. So be the magician, not the Kardashians.
Yeah, break it down and
yes, be the magician. Stay balanced and walk away from some of it. Know that justice will come, and it will come with the younger people, and it will become, I think, in hopes of caring for our children, that we don't want them to be in that, and not to lose faith. That's like the most important thing, is to create. Look at what you're creating, because you are creating. So, like Jenn Lynn, create your garden day. But don't lose faith. Whatever you do, keep the faith and look for signs, because they're bringing you signs. The signs are all around us.
Like I had 50 dragonflies flying around my backyard the other night. I was talking about this last night in the video. I mean, it was crazy. My backyard's so narrow, and yet there were none in my neighbor's yard on either side. They were only over my labyrinth, in the backyard, my garden, and over my head, and just flying around. You can't change how other people react. You can't change how other people think. You can only change how you react. So why get riled up too much? Just try to stay positive and focus on you, because you can't change somebody else's mind.
Yeah, and I think it's just it looks like that justice isn't coming. Now I feel like Glenn Kirshner, but it's coming.
It's coming. Justice matters. I love his videos. Justice matters. In January of 2021, we'll see this and we'll see that. I love that.
Yeah. So be the magician, create something new, stay grounded. The more time, and everyone always said, oh, it's so hot. Well, it isn't hot that much anymore. So get out there, create your own fairy garden. And if you can work only on your porch, create your fairy garden on your porch, or your meditation place.
Spend time with your pets.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Right. The Page of Cups was there, so it's the children and it's the pets. Right. Yeah.
Take care and nurture yourself too. Pamper yourself a little bit.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we've got Mars went retrograde, and it's retrograde from now through the end of December, I believe. Normally it only goes retrograde like for a few weeks. It's staying like stationary retrograde like for a while. And that's your drive energy to get you out there, the active energy of Mars. So you're going to feel maybe a little more tired. Be gentle on yourself right now.
Yeah. And people could become much more angry and shoot from the hip a bit more quickly.
Yeah.
Because if you're feeling a little tired, then you might not have the patience and tolerance that you would have when you normally have. Yeah. That's why it's important to build up your faith, and get with other people. I did a couple readings yesterday. I go to my brother's church via Zoom, to the interfaith church up there in Seattle. But I asked to go, and so they just sent me a link, so you can do all these things. And you get to see everybody on there, so make sure you're getting in those classes and doing whatever it is that you want to do. There's a class for it. Join up. They can't invite you if you don't ask to be invited.
I mean, I love to knit and crochet. So, as I go into like summertime, I'm out in the yard. Any spare time I have, I'm always out in the yard. But wintertime comes and I'm knitting and crocheting and creating and stuff as much as my hands can tolerate, because I have a little arthritis. But I'm working on a scarf for Johnny right now. He moved to cold climate.
He sure did, and he moved just in time.
Yes, Artie has inserted himself in his fuzzy self in the camera. He's so funny.
Mr. Artie. All right, you guys, it's been so wonderful, and I'm so grateful for you joining me today and doing this collab with me.
Always a pleasure. You're one of my favorite people to read with. I love reading with you.
I feel the same way, and we got a lot of really great answers. So it's not going to be, bed of roses. Just hang in there. It will change, though.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, have a great rest of your Friday. And did you say that Becca was going to try to go live tonight, or
she mentioned last night she would try to go live tonight? She's got the energy to do it, but I don't know. Like I said, we were up talking to like 2 a.m. my time. So.
Yeah.
Johnny, we went live on his channel because we were all talking about going live. So we went live together on his channel last night. Right. And then Johnny comes back in the middle of the night. I knew you would do it, Johnny. Comes back in the middle of the night and goes live again for like 3 more hours. So I got to watch that video now.
Me too. Yeah, I'll watch it later. Thanks, Jules and Jay and Larry Girl. Thanks, all the moderators. And it was so good to see you, and have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.